My name is Henry. I am 78 years old. I am sitting in a house that is fully paid for. The air conditioning is set to an efficient 72 degrees. The lights are off to save electricity, though I can certainly afford to keep them on. In fact, I could afford to light up this entire neighborhood. I could afford to fly to Paris tonight, first class. I could afford to buy a boat, a vineyard, a masterpiece. But I won't. I won't do any of those things. In exactly 1 hour, my kidneys will fail completely. The doctors gave me this timeline yesterday, a precise expiration date for a life spent obsessed with precision. And as I sit here in the dark, surrounded by bank statements and diversified portfolios, I realize the terrible, crushing irony of my existence. I am the richest man in the graveyard. I spent 78 years preparing for a rainy day, saving every penny, denying every impulse of joy, only to find that the storm has finally come, and I have forgotten how to dance in the rain. I have an umbrella made of gold, but I am dying of thirst. If you are listening to this, and you have ever said, I can't afford it, to a memory because you were saving for a future that might not come, please listen closely. If you want to learn from my scars so you don't have to bleed yourself, join this community by subscribing. It's a promise to your future self that you will invest in life, not just in a bank account. It started with fear. Poverty is a trauma that rewires your brain, and I grew up poor, dirt poor. I remember the shame of wearing shoes with holes in the soles, stuffing them with newspaper to keep the snow out. I remember the sound of my mother crying over an empty refrigerator. I made a vow at 10 years old, standing in a freezing kitchen. I will never be poor again. I will be safe. Safety became my God, and money was the altar I worshipped at. I got my first job at 12, delivering newspapers. I didn't spend a dime of my earnings on candy or comic books like the other boys. I put it in a tin box under my floorboards. The sound of a coin hitting metal was the only music I loved. It sounded like security. It sounded like a wall being built between me and the world. I remember a specific memory from my 20s. I was dating a girl named Sarah. She was vibrant, messy, full of life. She wanted to go to a concert. It was $20 a ticket. I had thousands in the bank by then. Thousands. But I looked at her, with her bright eyes and her hopeful smile, and I felt a physical sickness at the thought of spending that money. It's a way, Sarah, I said. That $20, invested properly, will be worth hundreds in 30 years. She looked at me, confused. But Henry, she said, we're alive now. The music is playing now. I refused. We stayed home. I ate a sandwich made with day-old bread because it was cheaper. She broke up with me a month later. She said, you're not saving for the future, Henry. You're hoarding the present. I didn't understand her then. I thought she was irresponsible. I thought I was winning. The gradual loss was invisible because my bank account kept growing. I watched the numbers go up, and I felt a dopamine hit every time. But I stopped seeing friends because dinners out were unnecessary overhead. I stopped traveling because hotels were exorbitant. I drove the same car for 20 years until the floor rusted through, breathing in exhaust fumes to save the cost of a monthly payment. I wore clothes until they frayed, telling myself I was being prudent. I became a ghost in my own life. I worked overtime, not because I needed to, but because earning was the only verb I knew how to conjugate. I missed my niece's wedding because the flight was too expensive during peak season. I missed my best friend's funeral because I didn't want to take an unpaid day off work. I justified it all. I'm building a nest egg. I told myself, I'm secure in my freedom. But freedom to do what? To sit in the dark at 78? If this story feels heavy in your chest, please share it. Send it to the workaholic, the penny pincher, the person who is delaying their joy for retirement that is not guaranteed. You might save someone who is making the same mistake right now, someone who thinks net worth is the same as self-worth. The realization hit me last week. It wasn't a diagnosis initially. It was a brochure. I was at the grocery store, using coupons to save 50 cents on cereal. I saw a travel brochure for Italy someone had left in a cart. Photos of the Amalfi Coast, lemons, blue water, pasta. I looked at it and thought, I can go there now. I have $3 million in liquid assets. I can go. And then the pain hit, a sharp, tearing pain in my side. I collapsed in the cereal aisle, clutching a 50-cent coupon. The diagnosis at the hospital was swift. End-stage renal failure. Ignored for years because I didn't want to pay for unnecessary checkups. The doctor looked at my chart, then at my cheap, worn-out shoes, then at my face. "Mr. Stevens," he said gently, "you have less than a week. Is there anyone we can call? Any family?" "No," I said. I saved them the trouble. That night, lying in the hospital bed, I did the math. I am good at math. I have $3 million. I have roughly 100 hours left. That means my time is now worth $30,000 an hour. And I can't buy a single second with it. I can't buy the concert I missed with Sarah. I can't buy the wedding I skipped. I can't buy the taste of a gelato in Italy. The money sits there, useless, a pile of green paper that I traded my life for. It is not a nest egg. It is a tombstone. And now here I am, 1 hour left. The pain medication is dulling the sharp edges, but the regret is sharper than any knife. If I had only 1 hour left, and this is it, the sun is going down. I haven't turned the lights on yet. I am going to do something I have never done. I am picking up the phone and ordering a pizza, the most expensive pizza on the menu, with extra cheese, with pepperoni, with everything. I don't care about the cholesterol. I don't care about the price. I am going to tip the delivery driver $1,000. Cash. I want to see the look on his face. I want to feel for the first time the joy of giving instead of keeping. And while I wait for that pizza, I am going to turn on every light in this house. The hallway, the kitchen, the bedrooms I never use, the porch light. I am going to make this tomb of a house blaze with light. I don't care about the electric bill. Let the meter spin. Let it run wild. I am going to put on a record, not classical music, which I pretended to like because it was sophisticated. I'm going to find a station playing rock and roll. Loud. I want to hear the noise. I want to hear the life I shut out. And I will write a check. One single check for the entire balance of my accounts. I am leaving it to the Make-A-Wish Foundation. For kids who don't have 78 years to save. For kids who know that the only time that matters is now. I want my wasted life to buy a trip to Disneyland for a child who is dying. I want my hoarding to finally become a river that flows to someone else. I will sit in my brightly lit house, eating my expensive pizza, listening to loud music, and I will cry. Not tears of sadness, but tears of release. For 1 hour, I will be irresponsible. For 1 hour, I will be generous. For 1 hour, I will be Henry, not the saver. I will spend my final minutes burning the ledger. My friend, you who are listening, look at your bank account, then look at the window. Which one is more beautiful? Money is a tool, not a master. It is meant to be fuel for the engine of your life, not a weight that anchors you to the harbor. Buy the shoes, take the trip, order the appetizer, give the money to a friend in need. Do not die with a full wallet and an empty soul. Now, I ask you, if you had only 1 hour left, what waste of money would you finally commit? What joy have you denied yourself because it wasn't prudent? Tell me in the comments. Let's make this comment section a library of truth, a testament to the life we will no longer hoard. Write it down. Make it real, and then go spend it. The lights are flickering on. The house is waking up. The pizza is on its way. Goodbye. And please live rich.